Welcome to Vegas Circle Podcast with your hosts, Paki and Chris. We are people who are passionate about business, success, and culture, and this is our platform to showcase the people in our city who make it happen. On today's podcast, we got a special guest. He was actually on our podcast 4 years ago for episode 64. He actually had a company at the time called Kōtō Bike. We've kept in contact for the last probably 4 or 5 years now. Jumped into a new business venture. He's actually doing medical equipment supplies, I should say, which we're going to be able to talk about. So he's actually the owner of Vegas Mobility Solutions. So we got Mr. Shaun Powell, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Finally get the chance to get you in
Absolutely,
here, man.
absolutely.
It's been a little bit.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm happy to be back. I'm excited.
So times have changed, man. The last time Chris and I had you on the podcast, we were in the pandemic.
Yeah.
We were stuck at the house. We had to do Zoom interviews.
Yeah.
You always been killing it, man. You always been motivating, and we kept in contact and been friends. But, man, let's jump right into it. So at the time, you've done a lot, right? So
Absolutely.
What was kind of the first business you got into other than Kōtō Bike?
So honestly, my first business was when I was like a teenager, maybe when I was about in the 11th grade. I started an entertainment company. So I was doing like entertainment and promotions and stuff.
Okay.
And like I found like popularity in high school. So I was always popular, and I was like, I need to monetize this. Like, if I'm gonna be this popular,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
As a junior in high school?
Yeah. Well, it was before that because I got my first job at working at Quiznos making subs when I was 12.
Damn,
that was my first job. Like this is back in the day when you had work permits and it was on paper. So you go to the school, get your work permit. So I went in there, lied about my age. And then I got the job. I think it had to be like 14.
I think it was 14. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It had to be like 14. So my friends were working there, and I was like, I'll just lie and get on in there. It was a vibe. So, I was in there literally like ringing people up and, looking super young, I imagine, at 12 years old.
100%.
And, it's crazy. But yeah, throughout that, I just, my dad was an entrepreneur, or he is an entrepreneur to this day. So, he always motivated me and pushed me to go get money. Like, I'm growing up on the East Coast. So,
DC area?
Yeah, DC area.
Right.
Yeah. My whole family's from DC on my dad's side, PG County to be more specific, to people that are familiar with that area out there. But yeah, absolutely. Like, we used to get a lot of snow. So during the winter times, we're out there shoveling so much snow.
We don't miss that at all. We both Midwest and East Coast. I do not miss the snow at all.
Yep. So knocking on the doors and, hey, I'll shovel your snow for $20. So we just started to do that. And in my neighborhood, we had like different competitive edge, I guess, with money. Okay. So we're all trying to figure out how do we buy like the little mini motorcycles and how do we buy the little like BMX bikes back in the day. So we were just getting money. We're trying to figure out how do we get money. So later into my high school years, as the popularity started to grow, I started to do like a lot of YouTube as well because YouTube came out.
Oh yeah,
so
that's good timing too. Huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like as soon as YouTube dropped, like back in Mac Miller day and Wiz Khalifa when they were all coming up, we were vlogging like hell too. Dang. So we were getting super popular. And at the time, I just had a strong hold on the whole county. I know it sounds so small now, but back in the day.
in the DC area.
Right.
Okay.
But back in the day, if you got a strong hold on the county that you live in and you're popular amongst all the high schools, you're kind of like that guy. So I would do So I would do like the cypher videos and take all the rappers from across the area and bring them together. So that's also like how I started working with Brent Faiyaz as well. I don't know if you guys are probably familiar, of course, with Brent Faiyaz, the R&B singer.
I think I've seen him because of you, to be honest with you, because of some of the videos and stuff you posted.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's definitely one of the greats right now. Super Grammy-winning artist. Huge, like he's up there, but he doesn't really like put his face out there that much. So he has like he has one of those Instagram presence where, like, if you know Brent Faiyaz, you know him. But if you don't really know his face, then you're not really gonna know him. But everyone knows his music. Like, you guys know his music for sure. Y'all probably wouldn't know him if you saw him at the mall. But anyway, so
his name sounds familiar. I gotta look him up. I gotta hear him looking him up.
I swear to God, you're gonna be like, of course I know him. Like, it's one of those artists that lasts forever because of the way he approached the industry. And he stayed independent, and he's just a multi-millionaire now. And so so I started working with him and a lot of other people. And so when I started throwing parties, like my first parties, I was bringing out 500 people, 1,000 people.
Damn.
Yeah. So it started to go like me and the homies, when we would throw parties, we're breaking down $10,000, $20,000 between us.
Jeez,
You know,
that's a lot of success at a young age.
yeah, in high
Exciting.
school. Yeah,
Wow.
we got our parents working the front door, taking the money and stuff. So it just all started to roll over. And then as I got older, I was like, all right, I'm throwing parties. People are liking my style and stuff like that. Fashion back then was, you know, we cared about it more when we were younger and stuff. So I was going. So I was like, let me drop a clothing line. So I called the brand and the clothing line Cash Cartel. So
Cash Cartel.
yeah,
Okay.
and Cash Cartel was like the vehicle. That's where Brent was. Like the videos are still live on YouTube to this day, but that's where I would do like the Cash Cartel Cypher, bring all the artists together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I would do like different places. Like I would do like a scene at a barbershop. I would do a scene at like a popular shopping center and stuff like that to bring that notoriety. So once the clothing line started, and I was getting a lot of buzz, the artist Genuine, the singer Genuine, everyone knows Genuine.
Oh, yeah,
I know who Genuine is.
Yeah. So
You just fell off the stage recently.
right.
Yeah, I remember
literally,
that. Yeah,
literally.
it's hilarious.
So
The videos,
Genuine's
yeah.
also from around my way.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, so at every step of the way, every company that I was having, I was always getting a lot of notoriety. Like people were coming out of the woodworks and becoming successful, like mega successful on the heels of just what we're doing, like creating entertainment.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Genuine, wanted to. He was doing a tour back then with Tank and Tyrese called TGT.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, Tank and Tyrese. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. So he
Hell of a
wanted,
group, yeah.
Yeah. He wanted like a young, affluent group behind him that he could kind of like put on as well. And he needed
Genuine
merch.
did.
Genuine.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
called on us, like literally called
Dang,
on us.
that's dope.
Yeah, and I was young as hell, bro. I was like
Yeah.
18 or something.
Damn.
So literally invites us over his house. So we sit down with him, have meetings with him about closing a deal, literally talk about Walmart. So this is all, this is all leading into the kind of where I am now. So not to say I'm successful now
Yeah.
because the sky's the limit.
This brother being humble. He know everybody. I've been seeing it with everybody. You look at his story, you know everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just started to just kind of like snowfall
Sure.
and come together in that manner. So, but yeah, we never ended up closing that deal with Genuine just because, and a lot of
Everything's
entrepreneurs.
timing.
Exactly.
Everything's timing.
Everything's
Yep.
timing and maturity. And, the guys I was working with back then, they didn't want to necessarily, I wouldn't say give me the credit, like as me being the actual vehicle behind the vehicle or the battery
Yep.
in the back of the vehicle, whatever. But money was involved, so it got weird.
Okay.
So we didn't
Yeah.
end up closing that deal. But all of this stuff really led me to the confidence and like the creativity in the businesses that I do now. Like
Yeah,
I
Got
just
you. All those learning experiences.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it happened fast. Like everything was just
Yeah.
back to back to back. Like literally as that's happening with Genuine, I'm literally living on campus at my college. Like, so I'm living a college life, going through changes and trying to focus on school, but getting these opportunities with celebrities and then have to come back to the dorms and be like, I was just with Genuine. Like I promise you guys, I was just, so it was just a weird, transition each time. So, but yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
tough because you go in a position like that, right?
Yeah.
You start young, 12, working, always been money motivated, right? I've always been independent. It feels like, but when you get success early, I feel like it can be a double-edged sword in a way. In one way, it's like, man, I'm always chasing that kind of dragon per se, right, to kind of get back to that point. But then as you get older, you may have to evaluate and create stability in a different way.
Definitely.
Like, were you thinking about that younger? Have you ran into some of those challenges, like as you've gotten older now, getting in different aspects?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, because like back then I kind of just like no one couldn't tell me I wasn't already like Diddy. I know it's not cool to be Diddy now. But
Back then it
Well,
was.
chill out on the Diddy stuff. Baby oil and everything. Yeah.
But back
yeah.
in the day, like
Yeah.
like no one couldn't tell me I wasn't Diddy. Like I wasn't that guy.
Look, let's be honest.
Paki still
Diddy,
fast,
nah,
huh?
Right,
Diddy,
Diddy's still
Diddy
that
was
guy.
the he was
Yeah,
the man back
yeah.
in the day. Everybody can say what they
Absolutely.
want. Nobody was going to the after parties, but
Right, right.
Diddy was the man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's
Yeah.
like I totally looked up to him. He was coming from my area, like because he went to Howard University.
Yep.
It's in DC as well. So with the parties and working with artists and then the clothing line. So no one couldn't tell me. So I just at that time I was thinking about the future, but not that serious.
Yeah.
To be real.
So like it's like more fun at this time versus like this is what I'm about to do forever.
Right.
Got it.
Like I felt like I was like I chose my lane, like instead of being a rapper, I was just like a socialite, like a personality. Like, so I was like, everyone follows me because I'm just that guy. That's how I kind of like, that's how I look at it as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But,
I get it.
And then fast forward to now, people are really that guy off of just being influencers.
Oh yeah.
And that shit was,
It's a whole different job now.
yeah,
You could have.
like,
Yeah.
And back in the
That's
day, it's
true.
kind of like you had to be a little humble and, you know, you had to, you know.
But now people being individual brands.
Right.
So it's making serious money.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Like, and I wish I had the same entrepreneurial hustle as I did back then, because back then I was all day, all night, networking events, I'm shaking hands, kissing babies. Now I'm not so much like that. I'm
Trying to make it
kinda
9 to 5 and do like a
very
normal-
strategic.
Yeah, I'm definitely burnt out now.
Yeah,
So,
I get it. I get it.
yeah.
How'd you jump in? Because there's a lot of people jumping into the medical equipment space,
Yeah.
right? Like I saw, from your area too. I can't even think of it. From Clips. What's
Oh, okay. Oh, Pusha T? Or
Pusha T
Pusha T?
jumped into the
Oh,
medical
yeah.
space.
Okay, okay.
100%. Yeah.
Nice.
And they're saying it's one of the most lucrative businesses. Period.
Yeah.
Just in there. So how did you come up? Because I know you always have a play. You're very strategic.
Right.
How did you get into the Vegas mobility solution?
Yeah.
How did this all come about?
So it's crazy. So Vegas Mobility Solutions itself, that company's brand new.
Okay.
I just incorporated that company maybe 6 months ago.
Okay.
But prior to that company, I had Key Mobility, which
Okay.
is still a medical mobility company. I'm just rebranding right now.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay,
'Cause
okay.
When we first jumped into it, we didn't know nothing about medical equipment. Like,
And when you say medical equipment, like we were talking about on the phone, it's wheelchairs.
Right.
It's what what is the whole equipment that you guys actually do?
yeah, so our lane is the durable medical equipment. So we
Okay.
do mobility scooters, walkers, stuff like that, lift chairs. that help
Strictly
people.
just Vegas, because obviously
Yeah,
Vegas mobility. Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And
So
is it for purchase, for rent? Just a
Yeah.
little bit of background of the.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. So the company's all for rent right now. We mainly cater to tourists. Also, a lot of people that live in Vegas reach out to us. We deliver to homes as well, all over the valley. But mainly our clientele is on the strip. So
okay,
a lot of
I see.
people, they don't want to walk around that far.
Sure.
And they also people get injured, or we deal with different people that may be facing obesity or facing just different issues that they want to be in Vegas but they can't get around. They can't get to all the attractions. So we came through as a literal solution for them. So we fill their orders and then we deliver it to their hotels.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get your name? Because I know this is super competitive, man. And I know you always figure out the riddle. So
Yeah.
how did you fight through dealing with the competitors, and how did you kind of get your brand out there to be able to, for people to call on you guys and be able to use your services?
Right. So to this day, it's a lot of competition with the other guys that have been in the game longer.
Sure.
We deal with a lot of issues with the hotels on a daily basis because they've already been in business for 100 years, and then I'll say 50 years. I'll give them some grace.
Sure. Yep.
And then we literally come in out of nowhere and just start dominating. You know what I mean? So, we basically got our name though from just one by one. Like literally, we started with one scooter, then quickly got to 5 scooters and 10 scooters. So we literally just gained notoriety within our market, little by little.
Sure.
This was not fast.
So you didn't have to buy up a bunch of inventory and a bunch of capital to
Right.
have all these scooters
Definitely.
ahead. So you did it the right way.
Yeah, I got blessed.
No debt.
I got
Yep.
really blessed because I literally still had the Kōtō Bike store, still pushing Kōtō Bike as the first thing, and then customers are just calling one by one. So we're just getting them on the books.
Sure.
And we're starting to look at the books. We're like, man, we're getting a lot more orders for these, than we're even getting for the Kōtō Bikes.
Sure.
And it's definitely because the medical equipment is need be. They need that stuff. The other stuff is recreational. So the same ad money that we put towards recreational stuff versus medical equipment they need, they're going to grab a hold to that medical they need. They're going to
Interesting.
pre-book it. That's the first thing they book before they even get their hotel is they get their scooters.
It makes sense because they can't travel with it, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of it,
Yep.
I feel like, for me, I feel like I see a lot of people recreationally driving these scooters.
Yeah,
So that's what I
definitely.
feel.
I actually heard that's a straight up hustle to be able to
Yeah.
get through the airport too.
Yeah.
To be
That
able
part
to do,
too. That part
yeah,
too.
I heard
So-
about that. Yeah.
so
It's a lot you don't
Yeah.
think about, but
Yeah.
maybe you could
Yep.
get a little bit of that recreational
Yeah.
customer as well.
Yeah.
So will you meet him at the airport? Like you meet him at Harry
So
Reid
we
and
don't do
get
the airport
I
because
was
it
gonna say
just
it was
gets
federal.
too
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
I bet
You
it
know
does.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for us to meet them at the hotels is so easy. We got
Sure.
drop off and pick up points, relationships with every hotel in the
Sure.
valley. So and we do it every day. for like the past 3 years now. I know time flew, but the past
crazy.
3 years.
Yeah.
When you say you have a relationship with the hotel,
Yeah.
like how do you develop that, right? Because you said there's competition, and this is not something like you're just dropping off. These hotels are pretty involved. Like even just you
Right.
can't even go up to a room, obviously,
Yeah.
right? Because you're in a position where you have to get a key card to get upstairs. Like,
Yeah.
when you say you develop the relationship, what does that look like? Are you
So yeah, mainly it starts with the bell desk, the bell captains, the bosses or managers, I'd say, in the front area. We really just had to give gift cards, to be real with you. We had to
I
have
get it. You gotta do what you gotta
conversations
do,
with
yeah.
them, and really time started to pass, and the next thing you look up and it's like, damn it, I recognize their name, or I know their name, they know our names, they can't deny it. But with a lot of the hotels that have partnerships with those bigger companies, it's hard for us to maybe leave some equipment at the bell desk. They'll give us troubles. They'll say
course, yeah.
oh, we have a
They won't be
contract.
responsible. Yeah, yeah.
Right, we don't want to be responsible. But all of our stuff has trackers. All of our stuff we're tracking. We know where all the inventory is.
Sure.
So since it's still a niche type of business, we're still creating that lane. So right now, a lot of the way that we've been able to set ourselves apart is kind of bringing in that young marketing. When I hit the market, because everything's competition. We see each other all throughout the strip, and every company
Especially
knows
Las
each other.
Vegas, yep.
Yeah, we know each other's vehicles. We know. So I made sure I got the best vehicles. You know what I mean? Everyone else got white vans. I got all blacked out, murdered out vans. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Just to brand it the right way. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So our stickers, our guys are out there delivering in scrubs. So they got.
They
name
look like they're
tags.
medical. Yeah.
Right. The other guys are no uniform. So it's when we come out, we can offer, and I got more, a lot of the guys close at 6 p.m. I'm up 24 hours. So
you really catering to the customer.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. We came in and infiltrated. And,
That's
and
what's up,
They're
yeah.
not there. They like it. I could tell because everybody still can make a lot of money, but they're feeling us right now. They're
wild.
feeling us.
That's an exciting place to be at. I think you kind of layer in the driving part of it, right?
Yeah.
So, gassing getting cheaper, delivering these things are not cheaper. I'm assuming that you have a storage facility somewhere close by, so you're trying to drop all these things off consistently.
Yeah.
As you continue to expand and grow, how much emphasis you put on that networking of transferability to be able to get things around. That seems like
Absolutely.
a huge burden to have.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's probably one of our biggest costs is paying for drivers, because all of our drivers get paid well. I mean, just shout out to the team. All drivers start minimum $250 per day, plus their tips, plus their bonuses. So they're leaving out of their minimum $300 on a bad day or average day. So you
taking care of people, man.
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah. We make sure the money moves around. Everyone essentially is their own boss. So in terms of and I was telling you yesterday on the phone, all of my businesses, I try to create systems because I want everyone to be their own boss. I don't want when I come around, people are turning their phones off or they're nervous around me. Nah, you're your own boss. If you lose your job,
that's on you.
You lost it.
Yeah.
You could have come to me about anything and, we could have worked things out. So, so it helps out.
It's a trips me out, which I still don't believe you. You say you're the most productive, lazy person out there. And I don't believe that, man.
Yeah,
Because you be working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you coin yourself that?
Honestly, it's because, and I take a lot of pride in it too. I'm not gonna lie, because the way I look at life, and I remember back in the day, Brent used to say this as well. He used to always put emphasis on, we shouldn't be living to work. Our whole lives shouldn't be around just paying the man. It shouldn't be about just figuring out how to
speaking my language, bro.
Yeah,
speaking my language.
Right.
Yeah.
It should never be that way. I can understand the systems from school systems to every other, big government system, why it's set that way. But in reality, I don't think that we should be, having to dedicate exactly 8 hours. I've always been a rebel in that way too. That's another thing I've realized as I got older. I have an issue with authority. I have a real issue with it. I'm a nice guy and I'm cool and I'm a student, but I don't want to. I don't want that. I don't know why it just doesn't sit.
That's that
well.
militant energy. Yeah, that's what it is.
So I don't know. So it's I'm always able to recreate that and also give that feel to my staff. So basically whenever I find an issue, I find myself having to do a task I really don't feel like doing, that laziness.
Okay.
I figure out a system.
Yeah.
And I take pride in that. And literally I've never ran into a problem where I didn't find a solution through a system.
You sound like Chris. That's how Chris
that
sets
from
his
Bill
whole life
Gates
up.
said the same thing.
Is a system.
Yeah.
Bill
That's
Gates
how he
said
set his whole life
systems.
up. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
had a
all
system. He
systems.
said, if I'm gonna hire somebody, I'm gonna hire the lazy person. They ask him why. He's like, 'cause they're gonna find the easiest way to get the job done.
Yeah, it's true.
Point A
And
to point B.
I swear
Yeah.
that's how I am every day. Like I literally I tell people, and this is again not to really this is because some people it might take you 5 days to do the amount of work that I might do in 2 days. Honestly, because with
That's
this,
interesting.
with,
Yeah.
like this, systems and stuff I put in place, I could work pretty rarely, and I can travel like 2 weeks out of the month and stuff like that and make sense of it and allocate all the work and everything's still running. So, that's really why I coined myself that. And then I still have goals to put more companies like this on autopilot, and then just honestly, I call it free bands, just free money. Just when you're sleeping, you're making money, and you're still in control. And I also like to create businesses that I could directly pass to my kid. I could be
awesome.
literally here, just run
Because the
this.
system is in place.
Thank you.
That's
So
what's up.
because I think about when I was a kid and my dad used to want me to be, work in his businesses, and I just wasn't interested. No matter how cool or how much money he's making, I just didn't want to do it because I don't know. I guess it was just my dad.
It's probably because you wanted the rebel. You wanted to do it yourself.
Right.
Okay.
But I think with the businesses I'm creating now, it's something my daughter could jump in and take after her dad, take over that
pride,
that lazy. But even though I don't think she'll ever be that as lazy as I am, to be real, but I think she'll be able to come in and be like, everyone's doing their thing and easy.
That's what's up.
So,
That
makes sense.
Yeah.
What's kind of the biggest hurdle, man? Because you've done a lot, right? You've
Yeah.
worn a lot of hats. What's the biggest hurdle that you've kind of learned or you've had to deal with just in business in general?
Yeah, I think right now I would probably say the biggest hurdle is probably financing, because and this is just the future or the ventures that I'm working with in the future. I'm trying to get the financing and wrap my head around the
That's
financing.
awesome that you're going that route. We talk about it all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I actually want to go back and get a degree in finance.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
it's probably the best thing.
And I'm hoping he does, so I get money off of him.
Yeah.
See how you talking shit, but it's cool. Yeah. But
Honestly,
yeah. But no.
That's probably the biggest hurdle is just figuring out how to get the money to do it. But I mean, the companies I've had in the past, I've been really, really blessed. Whereas I could literally start with one piece of equipment, or with Kōtō Bike, we started with 10 bikes, and we're able to be busy every day and stuff like that. I think the biggest hurdle is probably between financing, getting the real couple $100,000, $1 million financing, and then just digging yourself out of doing it from the bottom. Literally, all my companies I didn't go to school for.
You had to literally learn on the go. Yeah.
Literally every day, just YouTube, and just strategizing was probably the biggest hurdle, honestly. And I've been blessed. I must give it to the Lord. I've been blessed
Yep.
that I've been able to coast a lot, and everything takes me from here to there. Because even when I was doing the entertainment stuff, from doing all of that stuff in DC, I started throwing a lot of parties at clubs in DC. And then again, by the grace of God, when I turned around 21 or 22, my cousin bought a nightclub in Miami.
Yeah, that's
So
funny.
That's how you ended up there, out there?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you can imagine, it's I'm already throwing parties and working with artists and celebrities.
It's you're pre-set up to take the next step.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, my cousin's like, "Hey, I bought a club in Miami."
It's the perfect gold mine.
Right.
Gold mine. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I'm out there. What do you need? I'll sleep on your couch." And he's like, "Hell yeah, bro. I just paid, $1 million or so bucks on this." He was doing real estate too, which has really always been exciting to me. And he was like, "Yo, come down here, help me out with this spot. I'll help you out with real estate." So even on his opening night, because he's also an influencer in his own right, socialite, he had so many stars, from Lil Uzi to A$AP Rocky.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, to so many more. XXX Tentacion.
That's the dude that passed away, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. But he's from South Florida, so
Okay.
Lil Uzi's throwing out a couple thousand bucks, but all hundreds. Just throwing it in the crowd. It was a great night.
That's what's up,
So.
yeah.
And I'm literally taking them into the party, and security's getting me A$AP security wants to talk to you, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what's up, A$AP?" So all of this type of things started to happen one by one. And then because my cousin also had the club and I was also trying to figure out my entrepreneur stuff, I started a cleaning company. Most random stuff. But you know what I mean? Like I always try to tell everybody.
Well, you learn, right?
Yeah.
Or something.
Like, you got to jump in there. And you got like when the opportunities show their face, you got to just jump in. You know what I mean? And like at the end of the day, the business stuff is not like personal. It's all about the money. So like as soon as I got the opportunity, I was like, all right, let me count up the money to like clean people's houses. Fuck it, I'll do it myself. Like if you'll pay me $200 and I can just have my headphones on, I'm still a young dude. Like I don't have no pride really. Like, you know, I'm just, you know, still working with celebrities and stuff, but definitely putting my pride aside. And started making a lot of money with cleaning. Like
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, like within that first year, I probably had like at least 300 to 500 customers that first year. So every year has been so remarkable. And the blessings have just kept, you know, spewing. And
people don't realize how good a cleaning business. My best friend Jarrell, that lives out in Cali right now, he left his corporate job building a cleaning company.
Yeah.
And he's killing it right now.
It works.
Yeah.
People were hating on me too. They're like, yo, bro, like there's so many Marias down here. This is Spanish capital. Like there's gonna be so many aunties and tias and everybody that's gonna be.
But the business, the grind,
Yep. But at the end of the day, they got so many high rises. They got so many. And like
there's never enough cleaners.
Yeah,
that's
never
really,
enough. Like I could make
always
like
want this stuff.
Yeah, easily like $200 in like 4 hours, and then I'm back living a young wild life in Miami. Like it was super exciting. And then during that time too, again, Brent is getting bigger, so he's coming down all the time, and you know, it was important for me in my journey to see everybody else become more successful too. You know, like people in my network, just about everyone that's close to me in my network has gotten so huge. Like again,
but iron sharpens iron though too though, man, when you're seeing them do different stuff. But you're what I applaud about you is you doing it your own way though. So you're not doing it the way that a lot of your other friends or cousins or whatever it is, or your dad. You're doing it your own way.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome to be able to do. Can you share a little bit about this hotel resort?
Yeah.
So I know that's something that we were talking about. Can you touch on it? Why you want to get in the hotel space? And
definitely.
You want to build on that?
Definitely. So I'm super excited about this new venture, building out this resort. Right now, I kind of like touch around each point just so I don't go too deep because that's gonna be something.
There's a million rabbit holes you go down.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's gonna be. I want to do it like within an hour of Las Vegas. So just whether that's Pahrump or Mesquite or different areas. I just need like 2 or 3 acres of just like empty land. And that's what I was saying about financing before. Like that was one of the things that I really, really had to scrub my brain in the last like year to figure out how I was going to get financing for this property. But finally, I've gotten so many breakthroughs where it's almost like the money's pouring in. And I just thank God, and I tell everybody too, like to focus on building your credit the right way. Make sure you got enough credit lines, you got enough debt to income, and and you're keeping your credit score high, and of course raising.
When you're talking about credit, we were just having this conversation with Andrew Cartwright that we had on.
Okay,
are you talking about business credit, or are you talking about personal credit, or both?
Both.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because what I found too is that most of them, the money that I really want with the nice interest rates, they're wanting a personal guarantee, and I'm cool with that. Okay. I'm cool with that. Like,
interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that because if you're gonna entrust me with $500,000, $600,000-$700,000 to build a new concept like this, like I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'll bet my last dollar on it. So I don't mind, putting my name next to it, co-signing it. So, but yeah, it stemmed off of me doing Airbnbs. It's also one of my hustles I did over the years from Miami to Vegas. I had Airbnbs here too. And so it gave me the confidence to know that people actually will book. Your shit will be booked out every day. That's probably the biggest thing that has people nervous when they're doing Airbnbs. Like, is my shit actually going to get booked? Am I going to have my money back?
That's all this money and got to pay out of my own pocket.
People really like it. Yeah.
And they really will book it. Like, there's so many people, until you get into business from that side, you can't believe how many people inquire for just a space. And then, when you start putting it in retrospect, like, fuck it, like, if you got, 30 days on your calendar, you only really need like 25 different people from the world that are coming into Vegas to stop at your place. So that's so easy, So yeah, but with the concept with the resort, it's honestly, I'll say it's really an original concept. It's definitely something that everyone in Vegas wants, like between a staycation, because a lot of people, of course, that live here in Vegas, they don't want to go down to the Strip all the time. That's not their favorite thing to do. Like they want to go to the beach, they want to go, do vacations and stuff, but Cali's too far. Anywhere else, they got to like get a flight. Or maybe they can go to Zion. But,
Zion,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's still a long drive.
Right.
It is,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I wanted to build something super interactive, something cool, festive, where all year round people can drive just that 1 hour beautiful drive between here and Pahrump, and then get to a property where they're like, this is an oasis. Like when I get here, I don't know if I'm in the Bahamas. I don't know if I'm in Bali. Like all I know is that it's beautiful. I feel like I'm getting a personal touch. The staff is great. Everyone's smiling. Like it's such a difference than, like being in like a Pahrump, right? Where you may not get that same customer service that you'll get if you're in the
Or a
Bahamas.
luxury style.
Right,
Yeah,
that luxury
I get it.
feel, So I really wanted to create that where the villas are all unique to, their own space on the property. And then something that I can also handle, like a type of resort that I can handle. Like I can make sure that, these 10 villas are booked out every day, and I can work with influencers and, offer this to people like you all, you know what I mean, who also have a platform that are here in Vegas.
Give it to Chris and I, man.
Yeah,
We'll go with the families, man.
We'll
Check
test
it out.
for you.
Yeah,
We'll test it out.
1,000%. Yeah,
100%. You guys
that's
will be
what's
getting
up, man.
first stage.
When's the goal to open it up?
So the goal to get started is actually in 2 months.
Oh, wow,
So
that's come quick.
Yeah, so I got
Okay.
like 60 days right now where I'm blitzing.
Good for you.
Yeah, I got all type of 3D renderings and stuff.
Nice.
To make the place feel really real. To also get the right builders on the team.
And you've
too.
traveled a lot, so I know it's
Yeah.
gonna be nice.
Oh, it's
There's a
gonna
lot
be
of places to
beautiful.
travel with. Yeah,
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Reminds me like Shadow
guaranteed.
Ridge. Like you ever been to Shadow Ridge up in North Las
Nah.
Vegas? So it's like
That's
a
a
little
golf course?
It's a golf course.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
same
yeah,
vibe.
But you walk over,
Yeah.
you drive by, you have no idea it's there. But you
Oh,
go
really?
inside, it's like
and it's like
you
the
know
top
what?
10 golf course I think in the world.
Yeah.
Damn, I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
check
If you
it
get a
out.
chance,
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
It's
Super
like
nice.
every hole
Yeah.
you can't see another hole, but it's like a hidden oasis, a hidden gem, and it kind of like.
I think Steve
Similar-
Wynn built it back in the day.
I think so.
Okay.
It used to
Yeah,
be one
Steve
part
Wynn
of
built it and sold it to
And he has
me
like
back
a
in
house
day.
in the middle of it.
Yeah,
that-
it's
okay.
ridiculous. I went to Michael Jordan's thing
Same,
years
yeah.
ago.
Oh, it was
yeah.
over there?
Yeah, Michael
Oh.
If you ever
Jordan
get a
did his
chance,
golf
check it out.
tournament
Like
Yeah,
make
Shadow
prompt some
Ridge.
ideas. It's
Yeah.
like it's
It's beautiful.
It's like a hidden oasis. You never
Yeah.
know it's there.
You don't even know it's
Check
in
that
Vegas,
out.
1,000%.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you won't know.
fire. That kind of
So-
reminds me. I went to was it Lee Canyon this past
Uh-huh.
weekend?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
1
yeah, Lee
hour
Canyon.
away.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever the dude is that owns Lee Canyon, genius.
Yeah, make it.
Like,
Crazy money.
Somebody
Like-
I tried to
visionaries.
park to try to
Yeah.
charge me $25. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
no.
They get it. They get
exactly.
it.
Like they're
They
getting
get it.
money over
Yeah.
there. Like, and it's like a
Yeah.
gem because when I got up there, I was like, this shit's bussing. Like everyone's everywhere. There's people, all in here.
Yep.
It's a safe place where people are leaving their expensive ass fucking snowboards just outside.
Oh, yeah, true.
I was like, this is what I want to create.
Yeah.
Like just an hour away, come here, get away from the town. And also people that are coming from all over the world.
They
Like I
wanna
want
do
the
it.
ads. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to target the world where
I'll be pull that off, man.
Oh,
to be honest
yeah.
with
That'd be
you.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's gonna
is
be
gonna be-
really exciting to be able
Yeah.
to see that because we need.
Yeah.
There's so many cool things happening in Vegas, and they say
Yeah.
like the next 7 years is like the gold rush. It feels like here.
Yeah.
So
People want to get away too. Like
Yeah.
you want to get away for an hour. I
Yeah.
want to. Sometimes I just got the city and like just
Yeah.
be alone.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm curious,
Yeah.
just personal wise, man. I don't know if you're gonna answer this, but
Yeah.
I'm curious of balancing business,
Yeah.
fatherhood,
Yeah.
some of the things me and you've talked about
Yeah.
personally offline.
Yeah.
But how do you balance all of this? I think it can help somebody, just young entrepreneur, dealing with the girls, being
Yeah.
single and everything.
Yeah.
But how do you keep everything together and keep yourself, keep your nose clean? Is what I'm getting at.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things because
Yep.
it's been a journey throughout my life. Like I found myself getting very distracted by women. Definitely, I would say can be the biggest downfall is women. Like it could distract everything.
I'm already knowing.
Like
Yeah.
it could just
Yeah.
throw everything off. So yeah, I've thank God I've gotten to the point now where I'm 31. I guess I've gotten a little bit over that maturity hump where I don't feel that much of a draw to be that focused on women right now. Thank God. And I love that feeling because just like 2 or 3 years ago, like that's a part of my schedule. That's a part of my rotation. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I need flavors. It got really wicked. I'm not gonna lie.
We had those conversations. Yeah.
It got really crazy. So
Yeah.
thank God now I could just focus in on work. And not even have like those urges and those curiosity. I kind of like got it out of my system, thank God. But for a lot of the young entrepreneurs, can definitely tell them wholeheartedly, it's gonna be hard. You're probably just gonna have to go through a lot of BS, and you'll find yourself, more focused. But yeah, and other than like, when it comes to parenthood and work, that was probably the easiest balance. You know what I mean? Because like, right now I have a split with my baby's mom. She lives here too, so that helps out a lot. But I have a split where I have my daughter like Friday through Monday. So I pick her up from school or practice on Friday, drop her back off from school on Monday. So we,
you're able to balance it the right way. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful thing because I always make sure to put my businesses on days I don't have my daughter. So like those Friday through Monday, I never work. Like I don't,
Awesome.
I do stuff from my phone, but
Sure.
thank God, like I could just focus on her, take her on trips every weekend or whatever the case may be. So that has been a blessing, you know what I mean? And also I have my mom here. So my mom, maybe like one day out of the weekend, she'll want to pick her up and take her out, whether it's church and stuff like that. So thank God.
So you got that system too when it comes to being a kid.
See?
I'm paying attention to everything. I'm learning. So that,
Everything has to have a system,
good.
And like my mom also like, cause I take pride in being able to take care of my mom, and I want to give her opportunity.
Awesome.
So like, if she watches my daughter, I could give her some cash as well as, have her do stuff like clean my house. Cause she's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, she comes over, she's gonna start doing the
Trying to take
dishes.
care,
You know what I mean? So I'd be like, yo, just take over, do your thing, and I'm gonna definitely size you with $200-300 when I'd probably pay a cleaner a lot less. But it's that
Take care of
system,
moms.
you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Creating
Man.
that system,
Saving the time.
where I can plan a trip to Colombia next month, and I don't even have to involve my mom. I just know that when I tell her, hey, next month on the 16th, that I am gonna need you.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, fine.
That's what's
and
up.
I come back, my house is clean, everything is just so.
Leave us on one
Yeah.
business advice as far as a nugget for somebody, because you've done a lot
Yeah.
over this short period. You like 31 going on 51, man, which I can't believe how young you are.
Yeah.
Give us one gem of advice, man. I know you talked a little bit about fatherhood and things like that, and they probably learned from listening to what you've talked about, different businesses and things. But what's just one gem of advice that you could share for somebody that's short, that maybe they're not thinking about?
Definitely.
That's work for you to do your own thing.
Yeah, I would say for the most part, find balance. I would say that's probably the most important thing that has,
Is the
guided
balance.
me through everything is balance. Like find a balance between having fun and then making money. Because I think that's the bottom line. Like, I could say like having fun and then working, but more specifically, having fun, making money. Make sure you're making money. Make sure your money's clean. Make sure you're doing legal stuff that you can build upon.
Like how you saying clean, because it gets you in trouble.
Like try not to really take too many shortcuts. Really like run through your problems. Like as they come, really like smile at it. Put it in that category as like having fun with the project. Like no matter how big the hurdle is, you may get an email from the county or something. I don't know what makes people nervous, but certain things throughout the entrepreneurial journey may make people nervous. And if you just find like the fun and you find the balance,
I like that.
you'll be fine, because but if you look at the work like, oh my God, it's work and it's so strenuous and, then it'll be hard.
You never
You'll
get nothing
procrastinate. So just find that balance.
Love that.
You'll
balance is everything, man. I get that for sure. And I'm going to ask you this about food, man, because I love food. What's your favorite restaurant in Vegas, man?
Yeah. I should have been ready for this question too. So
and I'll be seeing where you be eating that. Give us a gem.
Town.
I know you do.
You know what? So I think I have a new favorite right now. I need to remember the name of the.
What kind of food?
So they do like Asian food, but it's a place in Chinatown too, right on Spring Mountain. I want to say it's Azuzu. I gotta find the name.
Okay.
But when you go into this place, you privately seat. So they seat you in your own like
an omakase type of thing.
Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Where they bring up all the different like pieces at a time?
Probably omakase.
You can order so much stuff too, but they give you your own little private room.
Okay.
and the food is like, kind of like piece by piece. So
Sure.
you can order
Okay.
a lot of stuff,
Okay.
but I love the idea of variety and then being secluded.
Okay.
So just with your date, you can just talk
Okay.
to her and just chill,
Okay.
order food. I like
Slower
that.
pace. You get to like just eat.
Yeah, I'm brand new to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
they're
I was
legit.
like,
They're
damn,
good.
I like this spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to find a name to that.
I
So it's
know.
on Spring Mountain.
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to say it's like Izuzu, like or something like IZUZU
Okay. I'll look
or
it up and see.
ZA. I don't know,
Okay.
something
so
close.
Zoos, something on Spring Mountain.
Yeah.
Check
We'll
it out.
find it. We'll post
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Give him some love, man. Give him
Sure.
a shout out, man.
Absolutely.
What else is next for you, man? I know.
Yeah.
So resort. You always got something up your sleeve,
Yeah.
man. Anything that you want to leave us out on that we maybe forgot to ask you?
You know what? I think we definitely had a great convo today. I think
Okay.
we
That's been
hit
great.
everything on the head.
Yeah.
I would say 2 things to look out for right now that are pending, and we'll document it here.
Mm-hmm.
We're working right now on reopening Kōtō Bike. So,
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really wanted to come to this meeting with a
Oh,
closed deal,
okay.
but we're actively working on it. We got
Okay.
like all type of investors that are interested.
You still gonna keep it downtown?
Yeah,
Okay.
still keep it downtown, still keep the same type of feel. Same partner that I worked with, D. Cole,
Yeah.
in the past. So just bringing the same thing, just at a different level.
I love downtown
Yeah.
Vegas, man.
Oh,
I love it.
Turn
Yeah.
around. So
Yeah.
grass.
Yeah,
Oh,
I love it.
great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
They're building high rises down there now, too.
Oh yeah, we're seeing it pop
So
up.
much stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they
much
Really
stuff.
changed that
Yeah.
real estate down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did, bro. They did. They're killing it. So
That's what's up.
Yep,
Yeah.
that and then the resort. Yep, those
Okay.
2 things are gonna be the 2 most exciting things. And I hope when we sit down again in a year or 2, we're it's even more exciting.
Yeah.
It's like what
This
the
dude
hell,
be staying humble, man. You gonna see him
Yeah.
on Forbes
Yeah.
someday. I be paying attention, man. But
Pretty God, yeah.
Sean, man, shout out your social handles. People can check you out.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody, check me out on the camera.
Yeah.
But whoever's looking at me right now, CEO Suave. So it's like SUAVE on Instagram and really everything. TikTok, everything is CEO Suave. So yeah, tap in with me. Send me a message. Let's network. I'm down and
Boy, grinding, man.
Yeah,
You grinding, man.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sitting back down with us
Yeah.
and subscribe with us on the VegasCircle.com, man. So I appreciate you, brother. Thank you,
Absolutely,
man. Thanks
we
for
back in the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great stuff.
That's
Yeah,
good,
thank
man.
you.